Yeah, one more thing regarding this teaching and teacher-student relationship. Yeah, I mean, like I try to create a 3 years program or 5 years or 7 years. And yeah, I don't know, like some students when they are longer there, and I don't know what to now teach. Like in a sense, like I felt like it's repeating, and I felt like maybe they start to feel bored. And yeah, somehow some students just leaving, and after 3 5 years when they are leaving, I mean, even though I try to say like, yeah, you just come learn from me, go wherever you feel, but somehow after 3 year 4 year you have an attachment toward the students, and when they left and you feel little insecure, or you feel even vulnerable. I don't like feel like oh, maybe I'm a not good teacher. Oh, he went to that teacher, that teacher, that teacher, not one, not two, but all the senior students. And yeah, feel insecure and feel don't know like what to do. And then the new students come. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I don't know how you feel, how you deal with these things.
Yeah. So I think generally, um, again, it's the same thing. It's a relationship with the students like that. You feel that you have some expectation that you think they have learned something from you. You have built, you felt you developed some relationship and some ground, and then you feel suddenly they are interested in totally different thing. I call it from sky gazing to sky driving. Like they were interested in a Dzogchen practice, doing a sky gazing meditation, and then suddenly they are not interested in the sky gazing anymore. They're doing the sky diving.
Yeah,
So or they are limit, then they go follow someone else. So that these things happens. It's a very normal thing, and I personally really don't pay attention
right, yeah,
to that. I mean, I sometimes I heard people, some teachers saying, "Oh, if you follow me, then you should not follow someone else, and you follow me or others." Uh, um, Kind of limiting, and almost, or in some cases even worse. You say, "You follow me, don't follow others." If you're following someone, then you're out of me. I think I feel it's not a right attitude.
right, yeah,
I let any of my students follow any teacher. I don't have any issue with that. If because in anybody's spiritual journey, so many different uh, teachers can become part of their journey.
right,
Each of their teacher has a role in their supporting in their journey. And I mean, some students follow me, and then I feel like maybe I play an important role to bring them in. Maybe I don't play important role that to then they can go deepening into continue into practice, because they need a little bit more support than I have time to give.
right, yeah,
And that's okay with it, as long as they keep growing and exploring their life and in their journey. So it has nothing to do with me or you. I think it has something to do with their own journey, their own growth, and the our as a teacher, our focus is not so much who they are following. It's more if they are continuing moving in their journey. That's I think more important piece. I
right,
feel.
yeah,
It happens all the time. It happens all the time, and I really don't. Uh, do I feel a little bit okay? I wish I thought this person was like this, but this person turned out to be like that.
yeah,
Yes, sometimes I thought there was a person who was a little bit more stable than I recognize, or something like that.
exactly,
I do feel, but then even then, who am I to say it's stable or not? Because this person is continuing in their journey, stably going through their journey by following someone else, right? So,
right, yeah,
so yeah. So I think talking about the boring part, I think that's the more important piece. I feel that sometimes you're trying to do a program, or even sometimes we have groups meditation. They will say, "Oh, we are meditating on these practices for 6 months, and
uh-huh,
I love it, and I really it helps me. I love it, and we have been doing for 6 months. And what do you think? What should I do now?"
yeah,
You know, advice is like that. So it's a very typical Western question,
Right, yeah.
and we 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 grow up in the culture where we have a teacher, lifetime teacher. We have a lifetime practice. We have something that we root it in. It's a lifetime rooted. It's not like a sampling, tasting,
Right, yeah.
exploring. You know, it's not like this. Particularly, it's like an American culture, right? If you go to the Starbucks, you have so many different kind of coffee you can drink. If you go in Italy, it's just espresso. Everybody, hundreds of people lining up for one single shot of espresso,
Right,
and
yeah.
they love it for hundreds of years. They're loving it, and they're happy with that. It doesn't have to be changed all the time, putting something else there, different flavor, and all those things. So it's a cultural thing.
Uh-huh.
So, and anyway, to make it short, I feel it's more important first to educate them. This is not about changing practices, it's about changing ourselves. And especially when you say, I love this practice is helping me, and I have been doing 6 months. Now, what should I change? It doesn't make any sense. Question doesn't make any sense. If you love it, if it's helping you, you know
Mhm.
how to do it. Why you should change?
Exactly. Exactly.
What I try to tell people, especially people who are leading practices, try to make the practice as part of their personal transformation
Mhm.
journey, rather than changing practice. Do the same practice. What you should change? Okay, I'm so jealous. I've been working on the practice on my emotion jealousy for. I have issue with this for last 10 years, and I've been working for a whole year. Now I can feel my jealousy is much more down. Be
Mhm.
joyful about it. You have changed. You were less jealous.
Right,
You
yeah.
were so close. Now you're more open. Watch the changes, or trying to changes, that what is blocking you, what is close you, what is an emotion in you. Trying to watch to change those things with the same practice that you will not change.
Right, yeah.
So your place to watch is to change yourself. If your attention is more to self transformation, it becomes a really interesting work.
It makes
You know,
sense.
like
Yeah. Makes
like
sense.
even in a psychology, Jungian people, sometimes somebody will say, I was shocked one time. Somebody said, I've been working on my dream for last 15 years, one dream. So they don't say I've been working on last 2000 dreams last 15 years. I've been working on one dream for last 15 years. They
Right,
are
yeah. Yeah.
educated. They are taught to do that.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, now is the final question I have for you. Regarding this essence of teaching. Yeah, for now I'm 37 years old. I've been teaching almost now 2 decades. And yeah, for many years, I was confused, like what lineage I'm passing down, or what, let's say, essence that I should pass down, because I got lots of empowerment, I got lots of initiation, the oral transmission, or this sutra or that sutra, or that sadhana. And yeah, I mean, I try to like just copy paste everything. And I think last few years, I start to kind of, I mean, even the 6 yoga of Naropa, which is in the Kagyu tradition, I receive and I practice. But yeah, since few years, I've been thinking like if what should I pass down to, let's say, if there is a real good students. And I come to conclusion like compassion, like a just kindness. I think that I should maybe practice and maybe be example for that, and then pass down this one is compassion. And if there is a one more deeper, or I don't know, then that might be like a wisdom, which I try to say, that to know who I am. And I felt like I know who I am inside, like let's say dharmakaya, or the Buddha nature. And yeah, to really maintain that confidence and keep kindness to other people. And I don't think so any other things, maybe it's just a package, keep teaching maybe for time pass, I don't know. But that real thing is kindness to pass down, and the wisdom. That's what I come to conclusion of essence of my teaching. Maybe it might change a few years later, I don't know. But what is, you have been teaching for many decades, so you've been teaching everything. But what is your essence now, if you have a student to pass down something?
Yeah. So my feeling is over the years, for many years, that I taught very traditional way to less traditional way to, teaching a different way, different practices. Very much focusing on the body, trying to bring a lot of awareness in the body, trying to bring a lot of awareness in the field of energy, the breath, the yogic practices, trying to bring more awareness in their mind, so body, speech, and mind, and like that. So, and all of them comes down to this sense of wisdom and compassion, as in the teaching of Buddhism generally, the
Right.
root as a wisdom and compassion, and the way the wisdom and compassion is taught, I think very classic sense of wisdom and compassion. I feel it's important to keep that rooted in that base of philosophy. I think it's very important. But not teach the way many teachers teach. And they really teach a really complicated way. They complicate, I feel it, at least. I'm sorry to, maybe it sounds a little bit judgmental, but I
Right.
sometimes find it there. It's very complicated way. People will not understand it. But if you're trying to bring the really true sense of meaning of wisdom and compassion, it is what for me is the openness.
Right.
That,
Yeah.
as I said to you, that when you came to me, that shows the openness. Despite what your education or you brought up, you did not been conditioned by that. You
Right.
saw the value in the teaching. You approach. It doesn't matter who that person is coming from. That is the openness that I'm talking about. It could be uh, in every field, every relationship, that openness and compassion. Compassion should come out from openness, because
Right.
if you are, mm, I mean, the true sense of compassion, what we call ultimate compassion, it has to come out from openness. Otherwise, compassion will be biased and limited, and very often, in sometime in the West, they call self compassion. It's a good to care about yourself, but not to self focus. Otherwise, then there will be the same issue. If you're doing it in a different way, you run into the same problem about self-focus of compassion, ignoring others. I mean, focusing too much on a self is the sources of problem. And
Right.
then
Yeah.
you know, so it's a caring part is very important part, but the way you do it, I think there's a lot of things to learn about it. And
Right.
I feel I've been doing all my book, basically all my book is based on this openness and creative compassion,
Right.
so
Yeah.
I talk more through the body, I talk more through the breath, I talk more through their mind, talk more through the emotion. Yoga, doesn't matter what I'm talking about, the basis is that is sure, but that
Right. Yeah.
itself is a unique way. Each person has a unique way to do it. And whatever you feel that you have acquired for all these years of uniqueness in your style of teaching, that you felt this time in the history in 21st century, in the culture of the West and East, evolving situation, that
Right.
you
Yeah.
felt you have found a language, you found a ways in which you can communicate something. That's your unique gift, and you should value that regardless of what others says, and trying to transmit that down. And that might change a little bit in the next few generations down,
Right.
but
Yeah.
that's it.
So you wish to
So
be a student to be more openness, right?
yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Thank
I
you.
think I
Yeah.
need you to,
Right. Yeah.
go on.
Yeah. Of course. Of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah.
So thank you so much, Tenzin Wangyal Rinpoche, for your time. And yeah, so we will talk
Thank you so
again.
much, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
soon. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.